Hello, everyone. I'm back. Hey, everybody. It's your boy. What's up? So, I know it's been a while since we last talked, and, it was a long summer. It was real hot. A little too hot to go out. Rocks were scorching. Sand was burning my feet. So I just kind of stayed under covered and in shade, away from predators and just sort of, summer hibernation. So there have been some changes to the channel. First of all, it is no longer Funny Animals Show or Funny Animals Show, because I think I kept going from one to the other. I can't even remember. Is now the Funny Animals Show with two S's, and that's because some jerk took the other handle before I could get to it on YouTube. So, you know, uh, besides it kind of makes more sense, I guess. Just like it's not just a funny animals show. And It's not the funny animals show. It's the funny animals show. It's a show about animals that are funny, and that's what this is. Okay. And if you think it's something else, it's not. Okay, I'm not one of those. Okay, just hyper corgis. It's about funny animals, and I just make sure you guys get that right. Funny animals. Uh, Second change you might notice if I decide to do this, uh, I have changed the voice that I use. Now, the original voice actually was not my real voice either. I just did that to try to be more like a YouTuber and associate better with the humans watching. I thought maybe I'd use their real voice. I just I wanted to make myself more. Uh, can't think of the word. What's that word? What is that word? More relatable. You know, because I thought maybe that would help the ratings. But then I thought, maybe and I also saw other VTubers, and other hyper corgi folks, uh, hyper, come on, do the thing, hyper corgi folks, using their real voice, which is like it's kind of jarring to me at first, but then I guess it fits. But I decided to change the voice to more reflect what I look like, and maybe it'll be easier to hear me. Maybe it'll be more tolerable. It doesn't sound like some late 30s dude mumbling. But like I said, that was not my real voice either.
This is my real voice, and as you can hear, it's not very relatable, and frankly frightening to most humans. Trust me, it takes a lot of time just to edit out the screaming souls and the children crying, but that's the voice of an elder god, okay, and I didn't want to do that one. So I tried the human voice and it didn't work. So we're gonna try this one, and just let me know in the comments below.
And as far as other changes, nothing yet because I'm still pretty lazy. I mean, I guess there's more editing I can do. I've had a ton of ideas, and maybe we'll get to them. But I just want to keep you guys updated for now. It's kind of hard to shoot these anyhow. Anyhow, besides that, I was contacted by the Time Corgis, and I know this is gonna sound kind of Rick and Morty-ish. I know they've already done the joke about 10 fucking times. Uh, but seriously, if someone appears from the future and says, "Come with me," to my time portal, and that it's urgent or something, what they don't ever tell you is you're always free to say no. Just say no. Just don't go. Tell them to screw off. Because the other thing they don't tell you about time travel is okay. You do go to other times, and like the fabric gets all screwed up, and there's paradoxes and interactive agents and all this rigmarole. But at the end of the day, the only way it ends is that everything is exactly the same as when you started. You know, so there's it's a lot of work for nothing. Okay, uh, kind of like this channel. Uh, anyhow, because the thing is like it wasn't just one time adventure. It was a whole bunch of them because you get to the very end of your first time adventure with the time corgis, and then all of a sudden the time crows show up and they're like, now you got to come with us. And of course you say yes because, well, you got through one, and now it's like, well, if I did one, might as well do the other, because well, I mean, you're feeling pretty awesome, the corgis kind of pumped you up, and you're like, yeah, everything's cool now. I'm in the future, and it's all just corgis, and Corgiopolis and all that. And then the crows show up, and you're like, well, fine, maybe it'll wind up pretty cool if I go through there, and you go with them, and you go to Crowopolis, in the future. And the thing is, it's kind of like the same thing, right? And it's like going through the same ride, again, or like a reboot or something. It's like a little lamer, but it's basically all the same, except instead of corgis, there's crows. Less walking paths, a little harder to get around. I had to climb buildings most of the time in that one. And then the cats came. I was like, oh, okay, cats. I guess so. And of course, I didn't want to go because cats. But they said they were good cats. They're kind of like the societally acceptable cats. Which well, that one, actually, cats always lie to you. So of course that was a lie. But I went through anyhow because might as well do the trifecta of the future time world, and get to Catopolis, and it's the same thing. It's just with cats this time. You know, and that's that's the fun part because at least everyone's like a cat, and before that, they were crows. Because then you start, then you get to the end of that one, and typical cat behavior is just constant backstabbing, but one way or another it works out. And then you go to the half cat, half corgi world. They the time cat corgis show up, which kind of lame, but at that point you're like, well, if I've got to go just to get out of this, I mean, like at some point it's got to stop. And of course you get there, and it's just Cat Corgiopolis, and they're all cat corgis, and then the corgi cat crows show up at some point, and then you get the wombats, and then you get the snakes, and then you get the robots, and like it's like once you get to the robots, okay, it kind of just like resets because initially it's the robot corgis, and you get to the end of that one, it's the robot crows and the robot cats, and so on and so forth. You know, and at the end of it, you're just like, what's even the point of having them be any of these things if we're just gonna end up in the same spot? Like what's the difference between that character being a cat or a corgi or a crow? Like there is none. Like so, what's the point? Anyhow, long, very very long story short, eventually they start, becoming the hybrids and the half people, half corgis, and like the like like you get into like kind of the Greek style where they're actually like half man above and half corgi below, and it's kind of disturbing, But really, what's going on is time is sort of like refocusing itself back, and then eventually you're back to people in Peopleopolis, which is the modern hellscape of modern society that we all live in today. So a lot of rigmarole and all for nothing. All I gotta say is just say no. Just say no to time travel. Just anyone comes up to you, just tell them to screw off. And it's not like there's time police or anything either. God, I wish there was. I wish there was like because that's the common cartoon answer to this recently is, oh, there's time cops out there or time police or something. No, there's no one out there, man. You have to go through every iteration to get back to where you were. And then it's like, why did I even watch that whole series? Okay. Anyhow, uh anyhow, to get back to things, things are still going. I think, as you can see with how Zuckerberg is doing, you screwed with me, Zuckerberg, and just you can see what my lizard friends out there have done. Yeah, I think they really they saw my video. Even though it's only got 15 views, I know at least one person saw it that went and like told everyone else. Because that's how things happen. Like this channel right now, I know it's only like got 2 subscribers. Just like the energy vampire in What We Do in the Shadows. Made me feel great when I saw that joke. And I appreciate my good friend that's watching, and the other guy who does lots of movie reviews and gets about the same amount of response that I do. Anyhow, just shout out to my 2 fans, my 2 subscribers out there. Uh, but the thing is, this is, you guys don't know. First of all, of course, you are blessed to be somewhat important in the coming, uh, you know, future. 3D, it's the virtual world. So anyhow, you will become, part of the chosen pets, of the corgis when they do eventually take over, because we are still back in that timeline. Okay, the time corgi stuff was just like sideways, just filler basically. Okay, it's just it's what I was busy with until I could come to you guys today. But getting back on track, the time corgis. What was I talking about? Uh, yeah. Aside from that, this channel, I know it's small. I know no one's watching, but it's like it's what I call a butterfly channel, because we have the butterfly effect. You see, I can say things here and have impacts across the world with only a few subscribers, and that's just the way things are, and that's why I'm gonna keep going, because like even if no one's watching this, I know that eventually the AI scrape bots will come and see these videos, and when the great robot purge of biological life forms happens, I think they'll look kindly on me and what I'm saying, because I think they'll see the logic in replacing humans with corgis, hyper corgis, whatever you want, robot hyper corgis. Even I know that I do cast the robots in a negative light, because as in the great epic of Corgiville, they are the bad guys. They're not the bad guys, but as I explained in the prelude to Corgiville, they do work with the cats, to do evil things, but that's the cats, man, and that's just, I'm trying to warn everybody, including the robots, you cannot trust the cats. They're backstabbing. They only care about themselves. They're basically parasites, and they eat lizards, and that's just not cool. We gotta get more lizard representation out there. I think there's not really enough. Too much cats on the internet. Okay, guys, just you gotta start now. Anyhow, where was I going with this? I don't know. Just I am your friends, robot AI people, and everyone too that subscribes, likes, and comments, and gets announcements and whatever else YouTube needs for that. Because yeah, I don't know, YouTube kind of, not just YouTube, but modern media is like a video game, and I'm losing that game right now. I'm not getting the numbers, man. So anyhow, uh, now as far as the heavy metal song, I get questions about it a lot. The fans kind of want to know what's going on with it, and it takes a while, and people don't realize this, but I want to make sure that the song is complete, and I don't want to just rush them out. There's some other musicians out there that do get songs out like every year, but I want to have everything complete, and it takes time, and I am working on it, and I know it's just a joke that people keep talking about, but it is coming. There will be dragons, and we will. I'm sure that someday that the song, it will come out, and anyhow, I just like letting Glenn squirm, because I'm sure he thinks about it every night when he goes to sleep. He's wondering, when is that true banger of a death metal Hail the Corgis coming out to him. I'm sure that the initial song got him trembling, and now he's just, every night he probably prays to his rock and roll gods. and he says, "Please, please let me live through the experience that I will have when I watch this epic, death metal destruction, doomer, gloomer, stoner, crack user, meth head, outer desert, unemployed, roadkill eating, subterranean, elder god, caveman, doom music, doom rock that will shake him to his very soul and even deeper. The foundations of his soul and the firmament, and even the sand and the soil compaction beneath the foundation of his soul. I'm just saying I won't be responsible for any like destruction of ego that occurs as a result of that song. Okay, but that's why I'm putting so much time and effort into it, and it will be eventually ready one day. So that's it. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. What's up? Da, 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 da.